What's good, everybody? What's going on? Welcome to another edition of Heart of the City. We are back after a little bit of a break hiatus, if you may say, but got you guys, your boy on Popular Opinion Sports back with Coach Ed, Coach Ed Sports now, right? Yeah,
Mhm.
I still get used to that, still
I know, I
working
know.
that out. You know what I mean? But we're back in the building, man, giving you all your New York sports action, man. Got the Knicks in action tonight. Um, Going to get into the Giants, Jets, the football. That is really ain't football. Um, got a little bit of baseball news as well. Um, Going to tap into the hockey standings and culture segment. Music fans, stay tuned. That's gonna be dope. All that and much more, man. Gonna come right back with Pat on the tracks. Hit him with the intro, bro. Let's get it cracking.
Ricey K, the Raisin Man.
Welcome, man. Tap in, hit that like button, hit that subscribe button if you are not already subscribed. If you love New York, like we do, New Jersey, stay tuned, tap in, man. That's all we talk about over here. Yeah. All right, man. What's going on with you though, coach, man? How you feeling, man? How you been, bro?
I'm good, man. I want to thank you guys with the Aboriginal, everyone, man, for all the condolences, the support. I mean, you know, they say it comes in threes, and they wasn't lying, man. But um, as my cousin would always say, man, just do you, have fun, and stop moping around. So, and that's what I've been focused on. Just keeping it going and doing things in everyone's memory. So, but I'm good, man. How about you? How you doing?
I'm maintaining, man. Tired as you can see, just been working, just been out there, man, in the matrix trying to get by. But
Mhm.
other than that, man, we good, man. We still putting out content, still got um things coming on the way for the Aboriginal Sports Network. So stay tuned for all that. Um, but that being said, man, what is up with these New York teams, coach, man?
Mhm.
This is like a city of losers. This is a big old city, a big old pot of losing, just brewing. What y'all baking over there, man? Some losing pie. What
I mean,
you got? What's
I
wrong
mean,
with you, man? I got loseritis. Like,
it's baffling. When you sit here and you look at the sports scene in New York, in the tri-state New York City area, man. It really is baffling, man. To see what's going on here. You know, a lot of dysfunction. Because some teams do have talent. But
Mhm.
and I know the expectations are high in New York City, but the saying: if you can make it here, you can make it anywhere, and that just sets a high standard. Whether it's sports, whether it's education, business, whatever it is, and some people just can't handle that. Some organizations, I'm sorry, let me say it that way. Some organizations can handle that, can handle the pressure, whether it's the fans, whether it's the media, so, and you know what? As Coach Shiano says, we just gonna keep chopping, because we gonna get it right. We gonna get it right.
Yeah, we are going to get it right, man. But let's see what is going on, man. Let's walk these blocks, man. Let's go around the city, man, and tap into Loserville.
I want the power, but I want the love and respect first. Said I want the power, but I want the love and respect first. Yeah, I want the power, but I want the love and respect first. Yeah, I want the power, the love and respect first.
All right, man. First on the deck is your boys, the New York Knickerbockers. New York Knicks taking on the Mavericks tonight, Coach. How you feeling about this game, man? How you feeling about this game? They about to tip off here soon. Finally I can watch NBA now because this YouTube shit was tripping. It was pissing me off, but they got it back now. So I'm gonna be tuned in. We'll be kind of giving you updates as we go along throughout the show, man. But how you feeling about this game? How you feeling about the New York Knicks? Jalen Brunson was out a couple games. I think he is coming back tonight. Knicks 8-5, 0-4 on the road though. So what's your initial thoughts, man, so far this season about the Knicks?
Look, I'm not panicking. I mean, I knew it was going to take time. It's only what, 13 games. You usually start to see what the team is going to be about around 20, 25-ish. But again, injuries play a part. You have Brunson out, you have OG out. So guys are also still trying to fill out and fill their role within the system that Brown is instilling. So, I knew it was going to take time. You think about it, they're one of the top two teams offensively in the league in scoring. So that tells me that, the guys are buying in and they want to. The defensive side, they need to do a little bit better. But, you have guys, the bench, again, it seems to be another problem. But I think guys are starting to fill it out. And again, it's early in the season. Now if this was, game 40, and then we could, really have a serious deep dive into it. But, I'm still giving it a little bit of time, plus with Brunson being out, and then like you said, they got to get some road wins. These next 5 are on the road. Or actually with tonight, next 4, because they just played Miami. So in Miami, they lost by 2. So, Karl Anthony Towns has to make sure he understands how important he is to the team. You can't keep getting these silly fouls. So Clarkson is starting to come around. Like I said, one game you have going for a career high, which nobody saw, but it was needed. So, but at least that lets us know, what, he can be a key contributor. But, again, McBride, Deuces getting in. You have Mitchell Robinson in and out, not playing back-to-backs because they're, trying to manage him as they go along because they want him for the playoffs. In the end, that's really what it's about. Where are you at in the playoffs, and are you ready to make a strong run when it comes playoff time? Do what you got to do during the regular season, but get into the playoffs first. That's the first thing. Hopefully you're in the top 4, 3, 2. if not
right now
one.
they fifth.
Yeah, I know.
So,
Right now they're fifth.
yeah.
But again, I still think, teams are going to start really, once you get to the midpoint, you're going to start seeing things because some teams, you may have a detrimental situation in your organization that changes your whole direction, and then you get close to the trade deadline. Some teams are like, well, it changes, you got to sell off, and some teams are going to be
And
buyers.
look at these Mavericks, man. I mean,
Mhm,
good
mhm.
God, bro. I'm sorry, man. So Knicks playing the Mavericks tonight. Pat,
Flag.
resident Maverick fan. God, dog, bro. Flag out, exim out. Anthony, no surprise. Anthony Davis is hurt.
Mhm.
Ooh-wee. Yeah, Anthony Davis hurt.
Surprise, motherfucker.
Mhm.
Kyrie hurt.
Surprise, motherfucker.
Like the walking wounded. But yeah, man, Knicks got to get this one. Knicks definitely got to get this one.
Mhm.
Against the Mavericks, like I said, 8-5, fifth in the Eastern Conference. You do got some competition over there.
Yeah, exactly. Which we knew. I mean, I knew Orlando was going to be. Orlando always plays New York tough. Detroit is playing some great basketball. They're playing some phenomenal basketball. So, and they're playing with great confidence. Milwaukee, for the most part, is like right in that range. Cleveland is up and down. They just took the L to Houston.
They lost.
So
Rockets.
So it's going to be tough. It's going to be tough in the East. You got Atlanta. I mean, they're winning without Trae Young. So some games. So I mean, again, Miami is always going to be there. Chicago is starting to slack off, but they were there for a minute. So there's your standards. Toronto again. Yeah, Toronto is playing well. So for New York, they just got to, hone in to Mike Brown's system, what he's trying to do. And I do like what he is doing offensively. I have to admit, there are some things that he has been doing. The ball movement, not always having Brunson bring it up, which changes how teams defend New York. So,
I mean, they're averaging 121 points a game.
So
pretty good.
Exactly. That's what I'm saying. So, and think about it. The bench really hasn't been contributing. And I think once they really solidify and because there are players there that are going to, contribute. And once they really start kicking in, I mean, Josh Hart is starting to get into that rhythm now, starting to get his triple doubles, a facilitator, playing with that grit. So, he's just not a starter anymore. And I think he's getting over that. But he's doing this thing.
Motor City is back too.
Yes, exactly.
The Pistons and the Lions kicking ass.
Yeah. So
shout out to Detroit. We was out there. And if you look at these standings, coach, and you go all the way down here, you got the Brooklyn Nets, 2-12, an absolute dumpster fire. And honestly, they're tanking. We all know that. And they trying to get a pick. Dangerous game to play because it don't always work that way in the NBA, with the lottery. So I must say, this team is just it ain't nothing shaking right now. Michael Porter Jr., he's leading the way. Nick Claxton is the leading assist man at 3.9 a game. The center. I just look, the Nets, they people are wondering, like, are they gonna make a trade? Are they, you know, gonna move on from guys like Claxton or Cam Thomas? But I'm wondering, like, out of all them draft picks you got to give it time and see if one of these guys shake before you start to trade more players off the team. Because right now they not winning no games, so it ain't really no reason to go that route, in my opinion. But got an article here says, are the Nets playing a losing game by tanking for higher draft picks? What are your thoughts on that, Coach? The whole tanking thing and the draft pick thing in the NBA. Because remember, who got the pick last year? Dallas.
Mm-hmm. No, I mean, the draft lottery nowadays, I mean, no matter how they try and weigh it, it's never a guarantee. It's not like football where you have the worst record, you get number one overall, period, case closed. So you do have to take a chance, but I also understand why the NBA is doing that, because you don't want teams purposefully tanking. So the Nets can try, and look, I remember the Knicks that one season, the season with Zion and Ja were coming out. They had the worst record, and where did they end up picking? 3. So, like you said, it's not a guarantee. So, you just play the game, try to develop your young talent, see what you have, and then you build off of that as best you can. So it's like I said, like for the Knicks, it's still early, and you guys have 5 first-round draft picks. So they you're trying to see what you have and get them out there. Get them used to the NBA lifestyle, the other guys out there, and again, like, see what you have in those players. So it's just gonna take some time with the Nets. So I'm with you. Don't try and tank. You just play the game and see where it goes.
Yeah. But they ain't going nowhere this year, that's for sure. Mm-hmm. But again, you still got the Pacers, the Wizards. You looking at it right there. New Orleans. All these teams bad. Bunch of bad teams in the NBA. Whole bunch of them. Like I said, big old pot of losing. But Brooklyn, hey, what if you end up 5th? You could still end up 1st. So at the end of the day, it's about team building and figuring out which one of these guys that you're going to move forward with. Now
don't forget those same players. Once you figure out what you have with each of them, it allows you to see they become assets, and you can trade whoever you need to at that point in time. So
that is true.
So I mean, again, it's still early. That's the biggest point. It's early with for the Nets, and you played what, 12 games, and I get where you're going. Yes, it's still a long season. It's not looking well, but they may start to pick up a little steam. By game 25, game 30, and your outlook. Now I get it. I get what you're saying. Yes, I get what you're saying. I'm just saying, if you end up, by the end of the season, say you end up in the 12th spot, so you have the opportunity to at least compete for the play-in, but you're still in the lottery. And like you said, with Dallas, you still could end up with a high draft pick. But we'll see how it goes.
That's averaging 109 points per game. Yeah, at modern day NBA, that's like 89 points per game back in the 90s. Knicks up 5-0 over the Mavericks early. Man, cheeks. Man, offensive foul. All right, man. We'll keep you updated on that. Nets, of course, lost to the Celtics last night, not getting it done. As they never get it done. 2 wins on the season. All right, so I want to know something real quick, because we're gonna transition now. See, we about 20 minutes in. Yeah, we'll keep an eye on this Knicks game. And come back to that, because ain't really nothing to talk about with the Nets. In my opinion, they're a nothing burger. You know what I'm saying? Like, they have got nothing going on.
Did you see the little what you call that sent you in your DM on Twitter?
Nah, man, I gotta break into Twitter to get the messages now.
Yeah, you sent me the link though. I mean, if you didn't, you didn't.
Oh yeah, okay, now I see it. Since I did send you the link, I guess it's gonna let me in there now.
I just want to know what was your thoughts on that.
Brooklyn Nets have advised Michael Porter to steer clear of certain topics when he does podcasts. Of course, they're gonna tell him that.
Were you worried about some of the things he was going to be talking about?
I don't know. What was he supposed to be talking about?
I don't know. That's why I mean, it was a surprise to me when I saw that.
I don't know if this is a bet. I don't know what this is about. I might have to ask Leaf on that one, because I don't really get into these backstories with some of these players, unless we doing like a profile or something. But
I don't. It's strange, like, because like with Paul George, you know how some of the Sixers fans don't want.
I mean, that's a no disrespect, bro. How much? No disrespect.
So,
man, if the WNBA, you said an all-star team?
Yeah, the Olympic team, basically.
If the Olympic team played.
All right, so let's see what he says. So this is a video. I don't know if this is the video that they're talking about. Let's share it. Heart of the city, man. Hit that like button. You see this, right?
Yeah.
Man, if the WNBA, you said an all-star team?
Yeah, the Olympic team, basically.
If the Olympic team played, the McDonald's boys All-American high school players, this is one of them things, bro, where you can't dance around it, bro. At the end of the day, like, in high school, when I was in high school, it was like grown men, bro. We were grown men, pretty much. Like me, Trey Young, DeAndre Ayton, Gary Trent, PJ Washington, like.
Damn, now that's a crazy lineup.
If we play the WNBA All-Star team, I mean, that's a no disrespect, bro.
How much?
No disrespect, bro. I'm not even gonna say it.
I'm saying them out. I said y'all was going.
You think it would be 10?
I think it could be Caitlin Clark Cole. What the fuck, nigga? Who is that?
Man, if the WNBA, you said,
wow. Yeah. You gotta tell him to stay away from certain subjects, man. Sorry. I you have the right to your opinion, but
right. I mean, I don't know. That's
not a good look for the Brooklyn Nets as an organization.
Man, this
whether you feel that way or not.
I don't look. It ain't really bothering me per se, but I mean, I can understand how some people would take that offensive. You know what I'm saying?
That's the
but
point.
It didn't hurt my feelings. You know what I'm saying? I wouldn't have been like, hey man, what you doing there? What you saying that for? You know what I'm saying? But I could see how some people would take something like that offensive. You know what I'm saying? I mean, and everybody got a camera. You know, who was the dude that leaked the footage? You know what I'm saying? Punch him in his face. You know what I'm saying? For real. See, and that's the people we need to talk about sometimes. Who be leaking these footage? This footage. If it's me, you, and Pat, and we do a video, and a video get out, one of us leaked it. That's messed up. You know what I'm saying? That's messed up. If you around somebody you supposed to trust. But nah. He won't be on the Nets probably that long. They'll probably, I mean, is this the future of the team? No, not in my opinion. You see what I'm saying? So, I mean, you can easily move on from him. Easily, you know what I'm saying? Gone, if that's the case, but they don't have nothing to move on with. You see what I'm saying? You gotta figure out which one of these young dudes gonna click. Ain't none of them really doing nothing right now.
What's up, Nick?
Ain't none of them doing nothing right now. So, I think some of them have potential, but I don't. Ain't nobody popping. Ain't nobody popping right now. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, I do like Clowney's potential. Noah Clowney is a player that we've talked about here on Heart of the City. But I mean, you got Drake Powell, you know, Jalen Wilson, Saraf, you know, then these younger guys, Nolan Torrey, Danny Wolf, you know, and then the first pick, Igor. I'm not impressed right now.
Take time. No, I get you. It's gonna take time.
I'm not impressed. But since we on Twitter, let's give over and it was something I wanted to. Oh yeah, I just seen it too. I might have lost. I might have lost my place. Hold on. All right, let's go back. Let's go here for a second. See if I can find Mavericks up now 11-6 on the Knicks. Brunson is out there 0 for 2 right now. Oh yeah. So we can get into the Giants right now.
Let's go.
And
New York Giants.
all right. What's up with Cam Scott?
Like a hole right
What is going on? Why Cam
Scatterbo? Shoulder?
Oh
yeah, you want to see that? Yes. All right, hold on. This shit's crazy, bro. Yo! Can I touch it? Yeah. Are you sure? You can like feel right here. Feel right here. There's like
what is that, yo?
And it like falls back in. Watch. You'll feel it. There's like a hole right there. Oh my god, I'm trapped in my finger. Yeah, it's crazy. Yo, that's insane. So like the tendon on top just tore off. Oh, you were born like that? No. I have shoulder. Oh yeah, you want to see that? Yes.
So, Cam Scatterbo, Cam Scatterbo has been making the rounds in New York. He was on Monday Night Raw, or wrestling show, whatever. You know what I'm saying? It's kid, man. Yeah, man. This dude right here is a dude. You know what I'm saying? He's a character. You see what I'm saying? He's a character. And I don't mean that in a bad way, but you just gotta take that for what it is. He's a character. You know what I'm saying? You can say actor, you can say whatever. But he's a character though. You see what I mean? Right there, I don't know what was popping out of his
Bro, I saw that. I mean, that's part of. I've never seen that before, bro. I'm gonna be. I need you pop it right back in like it's nothing.
Yeah, I don't know about that.
I mean, and then as far as Monday, I get it. Yeah, I mean, I get what he's saying. You know, he's young. He's just living his life, and mentally, he because of the injury. I get it. But still, there's just as older adults, we know the risk involved with it and the look, and then who from the Giants okayed him? Did you warn him? Look, bro, don't get him. You be in the front row, have your fun.
It was Brian Dable.
probably wouldn't surprise me, but seriously, that's something you gotta, look, they're probably going to want to, for PR purposes, try and create whatever. And I get it. Wrestling is hot right now, and everyone wants to get involved with it. So I just
can I ask a question?
Go ahead, Pat.
Are we gonna make this into a thing as far as the Giants fan base with Cam Scatterbo going in the scripted Raw? It's scripted. Nothing he could have done.
What he's doing now is scripted.
Right. It's all scripted.
Easy transition.
Like you got to see the ploy. Yeah, you got to see the ploy. He's a character now. They've turned him into a character. So now he's going to be the super meathead jock. Everybody's going to laugh like, Cam Scatterbo, do you know that? And the dude's probably smart as I don't know what. He doesn't come off as a guy that's just a dumb guy. I think he's very calculated and he's very smart. Remember, he went to Arizona State.
Exactly. I mean, I get that part. But you still take risks no matter what. I mean,
man, he can slip and fall out the shower on that ankle.
But that's my point. But you don't want to put yourself in positions to create more possibilities.
Okay, coach. So they act like the dude went in the ring and did some wrestling moves. He stood out there. He pushed the dude in his chest. He opened his chest up so he can push him. And then he fell to the background when they did the little tussle type part. Like, if you want a star, this is the things that they're gonna do. I'm quite sure Jackson Dart is probably gonna be on the wrestling thing if he wins a couple of games. So embrace it. If you are a fanatic, embrace it.
Yeah, I get all that.
You got a star.
I saw LT in the wrestling ring, so I get that part. But all I'm talking about is just the injury. He's injured. That and the perception. That's all I'm talking about. Just be a little bit.
So perception is always reality, right?
If he's injured, but this is the thing though. If he's injured, is it the overall perception that if you're injured, you shouldn't be seen anywhere doing anything?
Say that. That's not what I'm saying.
But that is kind of. I know that's not what you're saying. I don't want to take that and put it in your words. You know what I'm saying? In your ball court. But I'm saying the perception from individuals out there that may come at it that way is the fact that anytime somebody gets hurt and they see them doing something, an activity, they automatically, turn their nose up because, you shouldn't be out there doing this. Something can happen to you, So I think that's kind of like, it's kind of tiptoeing a line there. You know what I'm saying? Like, hey, I'm a grown man. I'm a human being. I can do what the hell I want to do.
No, you're right. That is the whole thing.
Now, if it's in his contract, that's something different. But I don't think being on WWE is in.
I'm not talking about being on WWE. So, what I'm talking about is even if he pushed him, remember he's dealing with his ankle. This is also your balance. So anything could happen. It's scripted. But how many times have we seen guys in wrestling scripted going through whatever, and then you hear later on they tore this, they did this, they broke this because.
But do you know how far along he is in his recovery?
Okay,
that's, you see what I'm saying? I'm just
making
a counter argument.
No, I get all that, and I'm fine, and I know that, and he is entitled to doing whatever he wants and have fun. I'm just also, it's really what I'm saying. I'm really saying, who on the Giants did y'all speak to him? Because the Giants also have to say, I really do believe that they were notified or contacted by WWE about having him come out and being there.
He sent them there.
And that's my point, Pat. Why would you do that? Yeah. First of all, the perception, the organization.
You have to. I'm sorry, Coach. Go ahead. I'm sorry. Go ahead.
The perception right now, you're good. The perception right now is this organization is dysfunctional. So why create even more stupidity or stupid drama? That's what I'm getting at.
It's about money. It's about notoriety. The Giants don't have anything right now but Jackson Dart, Cam Scatterbo.
This helps them actually because
it's going to build. You're going to have the triplets. You're going to have a triplets.
They're building him into a character, a lovable character. You know what I'm saying?
And they're going to make money
of the fan base. You know what I'm saying? Certain people is going to love this guy's character. You know what I'm saying? I like his character, to be honest.
I do. I do too. So I don't have a problem.
I think he's a good kid, and I think he's marketable. He is. The way he plays and his look, everything, he's marketable. Why do you think these streamers got him on there? He's marketable. These streamers are scripted too. They tell him, all right, we can already send this guy to your stream. You know what I'm saying? They're the push agendas, whatever, but on some real talk, but that's another subject. But he's marketable, Coach. You gotta put him out there. I think it's smart. It's damn smart. You're getting market off this kid, and he had a torn ankle, and he's on camera flexing his ankle and everything, showing, hey, look, I'm good.
Okay, that's fine. Okay, I'm sorry.
No, they've got their 1-2 punch. And keep it real, they're the right color for New York. That's what they want. And they're both, they could get away with the little swag things and such. That looks terrible. That looks horrible. But
okay, and Pat, on the flip side,
okay,
what have we seen from all this with all the media?
As far as
the negativity, the negativity of him doing that.
What's the negative? Like,
that's
what I'm trying to get.
Publicity has been negative on ESPN, FS1, all the national media publications. And and that's why I'm like, yo, what are they doing? Why? Because I know the wrestling, everything is scripted. I know that. It's been like that. It goes all the way back to the 50s. Come on, everyone who has ever followed wrestling understands that. But it's like, and I know that, they did contact them, and then the publicity, it's good. When it's good, it's just like Jalen Brunson last year. Remember, that was good. I didn't have an issue with that, with him and Halliburton at what wrestling event it was. I didn't have a problem with that. All I'm saying is the perception, because the kid had a bad ankle injury. You see him rolling around practice on his little scooter thing. And I'm just like, And then I'm seeing, because, Pat, I said the same thing when it first happened. I'm like, okay, it's a little, whatever. And then I'm seeing all the media. I'm like, well, wait a minute. Is this bigger than what I thought? Because
the media's gonna make it bigger than what it is, man.
But that crosses the drama.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 6 seconds.
So you talking about
count me down. 3, 2, 1, go.
On the scooter?
1,
Yeah,
2.
You're on a scooter like that. That says you're keeping the weight off because you don't want to create more problems for them and damage. He has a walking boot. I get all that. Like I said, when I first saw it, because I said, when I first saw the first clip, I'm like, but then I said it's wrestling, and then I'm seeing all the media backlash behind it. I'm like, damn, is it bigger than am I missing something? And I thought about it. I'm like, as a coach, I'm like, I don't want that kid out there and possibly hurt himself, because, do more damage and whatever the case may be. We're already in New York. You got whatchamacallit who's trying to get the job. He's only an intern coach. So it's like, you got you got our general manager who, most of us want out of the position. So
I don't want him out of the position.
Okay. We could talk.
Unpopular opinion alert.
Yeah, we could talk a quick second on that. But these fans really don't know what they want, because now you want it all on John Mara's hands again to pick another GM and a coach.
There you go. That was it. You heard that? That right there. Do you want this on John Mara?
So again, you say that, you're saying you trust John Mara. I don't listen. Let me put myself on camera. I don't trust John Mara worth a damn to do anything correct. You see what I'm saying? So at least Joe Shane, he has brought talent to this team. All the people that you hyped up about Joe Shane is drafted. Let's keep it a buck. Every rookie that he drafts, every rookie class that he has drafted, one of those rookies have shined. But when you keep changing things and changing schemes and changing, oh, he had 3 bad weeks, let's fire him. Oh, Abdul Carter doesn't have 10 sacks already. He's a bust, even though he's tops in pressures and quarterback hits. You don't look at that your secondary is allowing these quarterbacks to pass the ball immediately. So he has to get there in a split second. And the scheme is set for Brian Burns to go off. When you really look at the scheme, it's set for Brian Burns. But go ahead, y'all.
Yeah, Scatbo. I don't think it's a distraction. You know what I'm saying? I don't think it's a distraction. But what I will say is the Giants, they got to make a decision on this coach, right? That's what we really need to talk about, because coach, you the coach.
Mm-hmm.
I haven't get to ask you this question yet. Who do you feel like the Giants should be looking at to bring in at coach? Because me and Pat have talked about, who we want. We talked Shakes, a couple other Giants fans about who they want. Who do you see, or who do you think they should bring in as head coach?
It's kind of tricky. Who I would want is not really available.
Who was that?
Mike Tomlin. Mike Tomlin I don't want a coach who's also this coordinator, that. I want a CEO. I want a true CEO. Someone who knows how to delegate authority, but also manage and run the organization, has a true semblance of respect. And I understand Pittsburgh fans want him out because they want to compete for championships, rightfully so. New York is not even there. They have to get to that point. And when you look at Mike Tomlin, he hasn't had a losing season, man. Ever. He's also stable. Because think about it, the Pittsburgh Steelers have only had 3 head coaches in their existence. So that tells me the coaches who go there are there for the long term. So, I mean, this is a grown man. He knows how to inspire grown men. Pat always talks about leader of men, Mike Tomlin. Now, he's the head coach of the Pittsburgh Steelers, so let's just be real. I can't really say he's available, but that's who I would want. Everyone else, it's a crapshoot. I mean, you can take Mike McCarthy. People can poo-poo him. But when he got to Dallas, other than the last season, he was because before that they were what midline, always 8-8, 8-8, 8-8, and he's boosting them up to 12-4, 12-4, 12-4.
Mm-hmm.
Now he didn't get him over the hump, and you can question him in the playoff, but he's there. The Giants, what have we been complaining about? They've been a mess for over a decade.
Mm-hmm.
So you can make the argument for him. I mean, there's so many. I mean, I get the Lane Kiffin, because he's, familiar with Jackson Dart. He's been in the NFL. He was young then, but look what he's done. And personally, I don't really think he's leaving Ole Miss. I think, he's in the right position, but, I also know that money talks. So, let's be real. You throw the right amount of money at him, and, anybody can, in a sense, be bought. So, I get the DC over it with the Rams. He's right now, if I could get my coach, it's Mike Tomlin. Everyone else, I want to go through Halfley. Jersey guy, I get it. Even coached at Rutgers, have been a head coach at BC. So he's been in a true leadership position. That's college. You're really a CEO because you do really run the whole program. Everything goes through you. You don't even have a general, or if you have a general manager, the general manager is under you. So, we could sit here and talk about all of them. I'm not really sure about all the rest of them. It's just, it's Mike McCarthy. I'm just going to wait and see. Can he really build us up out of despair? Because there is talent here. We went through Brian Dable. I'm sorry, Mike McCarthy is an NFL head football coach. He really is, in comparison to Brian Dable. So that would be a big step up from him. So, here's the other question. Because you were talking about, like Pat, you were talking about not changing, and Joe Shane is bringing talent here. I talked about perception. What if there are other coaches out there that say they don't want to come here because of Joe Shane?
Who? I know they say offensive because I seen the reports. Offensive coach says Giants' job is a dream job or something like that, or he would take the job right now.
And I've seen others,
but
too.
that's an offensive coach. You see what I'm saying? And they know Joe Shane is here. So again, what they trying to do? Are they trying to build the identity, or are they trying to appease Jackson Dart?
That's what I was gonna get to. That's where you're gonna mess up.
See what I'm saying?
If you just hire a coach to be like, oh yeah, he can train Jackson Dart. What about the rest of the team?
Bingo.
What about the rest of the team? This is where this fan base is just trash, bro. You want to hire a coach specifically for a player.
And what did I say? I want a CEO who can manage and delegate.
Didn't they just do that with Daniel Jones? Wasn't Brian Dable brought in here to fix Daniel Jones? Come on now.
So
we're not crazy.
No, I know, and that's why I'm just like, again, you ask me who I would want. There you go. Mike Tomlin is the one that I really want.
Mike Tomlin. I would love Mike Tomlin to come here, but John Mara ain't gonna do it, even if he's available. Ain't that something? I promise you, it won't happen. It would have to be a pre-agreement between the Rooneys and Maris.
Yeah.
No, that part I agree
that
with.
Like, hey, look, we about to let Mike T go. He's interested in your job, set it up. And then they'll partially mute partially ways because they're gonna respect Mike Tomlin. They're gonna partially mute move on. And then and then
mutually separate. Yes, I know.
Yeah, mutually separate, and then he'll sign with the Giants. That's how that situation will work out. But I don't see that happening because they're already talking about who they trying to look at and trying to bring in right now. You know what I'm saying?
Well, you can't say publicly about Mike Tomlin. So I get what you're saying, but again, if you say something publicly, then it's tampering. So,
right?
And then you get penalized. Right. So behind the scenes, is it possible? Yeah. So, and I'm with you. I'm with you. The Myers and the
they
Rooneys,
close. Yeah,
like,
they
like
family.
Yeah.
They pretty much family. They are. Like,
that's another reason why I think, if I'm with you on that. If they're going to, say, look, Mike, we do think it's, time for us to move on, especially because everything is contingent upon Pittsburgh faltering right now, because that's the talk, these next few games, blah, 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 blah.
Damn, if you Mike Tomlin, do you want to go from the Steelers to the Giants? I always look at it from the other side, from the coach or the player. Like, I look at it from both sides. But Mike Tomlin, just like the people that want Steve Spagnuolo, like, you got to think about these prestige head coaches. This Giants organization has been a shit show, organizational wise. I don't really know if a prominent head coach wants to walk into that.
And that's exactly what I said. That's what I just said about, do certain coaches want to come here because of?
I don't think it's because of Joe Shane. It's because of how they. It's Mara. I promise you, it's John Mara, because it's not Joe Shane. It's John Mara. That would be the reason they wouldn't come here. John Mara, you got to think, if Bill Belichick wanted to come here, Joe Shane would not be in the way. They would just move on from him. He's not gonna get in the way of anybody that's of a prestige name coming here.
Mm-hmm.
That's why they talking about going for these coordinators, because that's all they're gonna get. Because those coaches don't want to be bothered with this bullshit here, especially this New York media. Yeah, people don't like dealing with that media, bro.
That's a headache. Story. That's a different story. That the New York media, again, everything falls into play. And based on what you're saying, then there is no hope for the New York Football Giants. As long as Mara is no. You just said, you just basically laid it out. As long as Mara is here, there is no hope for the Giants, because no one's going to want to come here because of him. No one of credibility. Young, up and coming,
right? And you could get one of them young, up and coming, and then you get catch lightning in the bottle, and he hit, and y'all take off, and then he becomes a legendary head coach. You know what I'm saying?
And then what have we been doing so far? Every last one we've been firing. They were the hot shot, whatever, right. And
keep striking out. Better swing.
So because we are hiring coaches based on one thing. We want this high flying offense. That's what they're hiring coaches based off of. That's what Ben McAdoo was. That's what Pat Shermer was. Then Joe Judge was just a cast off from Bill Belichick. And then that's what Brian Daboll was. All these offensive geniuses. Why you keep hiring these same type dudes? Like, hire you a real head coach that wants to come in and coach. He's going to have his expertise, but man, you keep hiring these coaches these one-trick pony type coaches, man. What? I don't know, bro. You go out there, go on this hiring process talking about we want to get a guy for Jackson Dart. You're going to get the same result, bro. You're going to get the same result, man.
All right, let's go on to the Jets. How about that, man? Let's move on to the New York Jets, man. If you think the Giants bad, boy, you on over there to the New York Jets and get a whiff of what they got going on, man. It's rough.
New York Jets.
All right, a little bit of sad news here. As Chris Boyd was shot outside a Manhattan restaurant, upgraded to stable condition. Please continue to search for the gunman. All this technology, they can't never find the gunman. But
yeah, man. All the cameras and everything they got out there.
Literally got cameras on every corner in New York. But
I want to find the gun.
but Boyd, it looks like
go
he's
back
gonna
to the
be,
dungeon.
It looks like he's gonna be okay, as he's underwent multiple procedures to have the bullet removed from his right lung. He's starting to breathe on his own now. So that's one story there with the Jets. And then there's the quarterback situation. And and shout out to Chris Boyd, well wishes, prayers, however you do it, to him and his family. Hope he recovers. Hopefully he can continue his football career. But so the Jets announced that Tyrod Taylor will be starting now over Justin Fields. I have been one to tell people Justin Fields is not a good quarterback. I'm just going to, I'm going to be blunt about it, not going to be malicious or whatever. I just don't think he's good, as far as the NFL level is concerned. And it's mainly due to his processing. It's super duper slow. And he may need to go through a Sean McVay quarterback program or a Kevin O'Connell quarterback program, as I like to call them, and get itself right. Because the quarterbacks seem to go to those guys, they come back much, much better. So, but it ain't gonna work in New York, and it ain't gonna work. And Aaron Glenn is got a little bit of heat on him, so he's trying to win some games. And hey, I would go with Tyrod too, because he's going to give you the better option to win, in my opinion. But what's your thoughts, Coach?
As far as Field, yeah, he's not a good passer. I mean, he's a running quarterback. Let's be real. That's really what he is. So kind of, in a sense, more like Terrell Pryor back in the day. Very similar. Also, both coming out of O State. So I look at him like that. Tyrod, veteran, great anticipation, knows how to put the ball into the particular windows, a lot more accurate. The biggest question mark with Tyrod is his injury history. Let's be real. He always, when he's in that position, he does seem to, injuries do seem to find him at certain particular times. So if you want to question, will he be able to last the rest of the season, that's about the only thing. But if he lasts, then I think he's going to help this offense, because the offense does look a lot different when he's out there. It really does. I've tapped in and I've seen the two of them. It really does look different. It doesn't look as stagnant. So if you want to have a true offense, you go with him, and then at the end of the season, if whatever you got to do to get it, Justin Fields, let him go. You let him go, and if you're in position to draft a quarterback, or if not, Jets, you got to do what you got to do to get up into the top to get you a quarterback. So that's pretty much where it is. Right now,
I get so tired of looking at Tankathon with these two teams, but here we go again. Dang, bro, like every single year, Jets, Giants, top of the draft. You know what I'm saying? So here we go again with Tankathon.
I think that's what the current. Yeah, that's the current.
Yeah. Okay, yeah, we can see it a little better now. But yeah, that's the current standings right there. Giants number 2, Jets number 5. So
and it's about what quarterbacks are coming out.
I think they both losing this week, because the Jets got the Ravens, I think, right? And the Giants got to play the Lions, and they can get whooped. So, yeah, I think I think they well on their way to one of them top 5 picks, both teams. Jets got Baltimore.
Oh, yeah, they're at Baltimore.
And Baltimore, oh God. And then the Giants going to Detroit. Yeah, they both losing. So
Bless you.
that they'll be able to keep that momentum to the top of the draft. But we'll get into draft stuff later on down the line. I think it's November, man. Y'all are awful, man. Every year, man. Like this, bro. I'm just gonna be honest with you, bro.
Try.
I mean,
doing the mock draft, so.
But there you have it. You know what I'm saying? Jets 2-8, but I think Aaron Glenn trying to win some games and get out of there. But is that the right thing to do? Do you want to win games? Do you want to try to?
If not, they're probably going to what New England did. They're gonna boot his ass out of there,
right? And see what I'm saying? Back door. Talk about it, coach. I feel it with Aaron Glenn. They're going backdoor him, bro. Yo, so-and-so lineup. What if it's Gruden? What if it's somebody, you know what I'm saying, that, yo, yeah, they got this quarterback. Who gonna be the top quarterback coming out? Whoever. Name a guy. If they like him, you know what I'm saying? If
right
they
now,
like him.
Mendoza, and then whatchamacallit from Oregon, possibly. But I've also heard, and I know Ty Simpson, you know, but I've also heard they're both going back, so it may only be one. But, you know, I mean, I've heard it could be up to 4 possible first rounders because somebody may fall in love with Sellers from South Carolina if he comes out. So it's
and you know what can get wacky about this? If you are say Cleveland don't like Shedeur Sanders, right? If you're the Browns, the Saints, the Jets, possibly the Raiders could move on from Geno Smith.
Arizona, maybe another one.
Arizona. But look at the 2 teams at the top of the draft.
They have their quarterbacks.
You see?
And that's why
this is going to be the year you're going to be able to flip that pick. You better use your brain. That's why I don't know. Do you want to bring in another general manager? I don't know. Because again, they might look at that different, and maybe they want a quarterback coming out this year.
Okay, and that's true, but you know, here's the other thing. All right. What have we always complained about the Giants? They don't do a clean sweep. Remember, it was, you know, with Reese and Gettleman and all this and that, and you fired the
about
coach.
Continuity.
Yeah, exactly. So
firing general managers and coaches every 3 years.
You're damned if you do, you're damned if you don't, whichever way you go. So bottom line,
continuity. If you keep Joe Shane and Mike Kafka,
I'm not saying about continuity.
That's the unpopular take. But again, what is it on the other side? You don't know.
No, I get all that, you know, and again, you know, if you keep Kafka, then does that also mean that here's an unpopular? What if he says he's not going to get rid of the DC? Then you keep the DC. I mean, it's a lot of what ifs. Either way, it doesn't matter. What you're saying, what I'm saying, it really doesn't matter. You know, in the big scope of things. So, you know,
but they do have a chance to trade. You see what I'm saying? They have a chance to trade. And if you're the Jets, you know, are you going to bargain with the Giants for a trade?
If you, it could, you know what? It's, whether it's Tennessee, yeah, you're going to have that problem no matter. First of all, is we don't know what quarterbacks are coming out. Because if you only have one, then that means it's in Tennessee's hand, unless Tennessee is set on Bain from
even
like
Miami. Sanders, maybe they sit. And then you got 1, 2, 3 that you're gonna have. That's gonna have bargaining chips to move.
But
down.
Again, if you have one top flight quarterback, I'm saying unless Tennessee is set on Bain, then it falls to the Giants. But you know, if Tennessee is willing to trade out, then the Giants now fall into a position that they may not be able to trade out of number 2. That's another factor because again, the first thing we have to do is who is coming out as far as quarterbacks. Now, if you have 3 or 4 quarterbacks who everyone says, yeah, they can go 1, 2, 3, as far as Mendoza, I think it's more from Oregon, and Ty Simpson, then yes, the quarterback needy teams are going to trade up, and you can do whatever you need to do. Look at the draft, the point system of the draft board, and get your king's ransom, because then that helps the Giants. Because I'm with you. I'd rather the Giants, if they're at number 2, trade back. I'm not saying trade out of the top 10, but if you can trade to 5.
That's what I'm saying. You got all those teams right there: Jets, Raiders, Saints. I think Washington will win a few more games, but you could possibly have Miami. They may lose out. You know what I'm saying? So I mean, you're gonna have a few teams in there that you may be looking to bargain with, and this is the year you need to be thinking about moving down. And if you're gonna do that, you should do that early. Have something in place so you can get out that spot, because you really need to get out that spot. It's nothing to me that you can draft outside of getting a depth on your team and getting players that you can put in there when you start having these damn injuries that happen every year. You need to have the proper system, Jets and Giants. So this applies to both teams. But with the Jets, the difference is they actually need a quarterback. So you're going to have to sell assets. Now what they got in the trade for Sauce Gardner. You see what I mean? So they are thinking, about that possibility. So
that they're going to need to possibly trade up, because that's going to cost them. Maybe those 2 and a future first. Depending. So
best case scenario, guys, in my opinion, is the Jets win a few games, be like at pick number 7, and we're still at 2. They'll give us 2 first-round picks this year to get up to number 2 from 7, if they like a quarterback that's there. That's your best case scenario. And you're going to get 2 first-round picks and maybe even a 3rd.
Yeah, see, that's what I'm looking for. A 3rd.
They got 2.
Yeah, they got 2 first-round draft. They got
2, because of the Colts.
Yeah, they're gonna have 2 first-round picks the next 2 years.
Yeah, the next 2 years.
Wow. Okay, so that is something that you could definitely think about doing. And then you give yourself 2 more first-round picks to add to the 2 first-round picks you had last year. Yeah. Now you building a good foundation.
That's why I'm like, And if you're at 7, then you can get your Tate or whatchamacallit from, as far as receivers from Arizona State, where you can get, depending on if Downs drops down as far as the safety position. It's a catch-22 with, do you want to take him?
They should not be picking a safety in the first round. I'm sorry. You either go offensive lineman or the best receiver that's out there. The pair of Malik Neighbors.
I'm going O-line or D-line, bro. I'm gonna be honest with you. I'm going O-line
with that. I'm
going O-line, D-line, or linebacker. They really need to position the linebacker position this year. Now I don't know if there's any first round talents coming out in linebacker. We'll get into that later. This ain't the podcast for that, but I definitely think for the Giants, I'm gonna give you the situation for the Giants and the Jets, and then we can move on to the baseball. But for the Giants, you need to get out that one of them top picks. Whether you end up at 1, 2, or 3, you need to automatically be thinking about trading out and trying to get at least 2 first, like Pat say. Because if you get 2 first, and then maybe you get some later round picks, you know what I'm saying? You could even take one of them first in the back end and trade out of that. Say Indianapolis go on a run and they end up right now, they end up 28th. Say they stay right there at 28th. And somebody in the second round want to jump up. Trade that pick and get a couple of seconds and maybe another third or something like that, man. You gotta keep building. You need a lot of draft picks. That's what they need. The Giants need to be thinking about getting draft assets, because you ain't nobody you going to drop in here that's going to make this team take off.
Mm-hmm.
And the reason you behind and keep getting your butt whooped is in the trenches, mostly. You know what I'm saying? We've been saying that. Now you're getting pushed around on the defensive side. Offensive line finally got its act together. Now the defense is getting you roasted. You know what I'm saying? So best to accumulate as many picks. I don't want to think about the secondary right now. I know everybody worried about the secondary. Should be thinking about the secondary right now. You need to think about the front seven. I'm just going to put it like that. The front seven on defense. The secondary will come. And then that's why I get more picks. Even if you get 2 first and you end up trading that first to get a couple more seconds and maybe some thirds, maybe you end up with 4 or 5 picks in the middle rounds and you can really start to stack your team. Leaf, what's good with you, man? Appreciate you tapping in, bro. All right. And for the Jets, you have to you got to get a quarterback. Enough of the poo-pooing around, trying to get veterans here, trying to get Aaron Rodgers and Justin Fields and anybody from the NFC North you can find. They love them NFC North quarterbacks, Brett Favre, anybody from over there, they want to, you know what I'm saying, go after. But you need to go in the draft and target you a guy and let Aaron Glenn give this guy a chance to build this team. I would like to see him succeed in New York. I think, especially with the Jets, he's a Jet alum. Give him a chance. Don't just boot him out the door, because you had a losing season. Y'all have a losing season every year. What's the difference? Give the guy a chance. Give him a couple years. The freaking Giants gave Brian Dable 4 years to fuck team up. So you give Aaron Glenn 2 New York Jets. Damn. You're ready to get rid of the guy. This guy here. All right. All right. I got an article here on the Yankees that I'm going to share. First off, we'll talk. Hold up. Let me pull up one article here, and then I'm gonna duplicate it and pull up the other article that I wanna show y'all.
New York Yankees.
Yeah. All right. We'll start here with So Trent Grisham has signed his 1-year qualifying offer of $22.25 million. So he'll be back with the club. Says 29-year-old Grisham was one of 4 major leaguers to accept qualifying offers. Was the only one for the Yankees, of course. He hit or slashed 235, 348, and 464 in 143 games. Set new personal marks in hits, runs, homers, RBI, slugging percentage, OBS, and walks. Acquired from the Padres, part of a December 23rd trade that fitted Juan Soto for pinstripes. So they got to keep Grisham, didn't keep Soto. But I think consistent I think consistent at bats help any player during the season. I will put most of it to mental work that I put in. Grisham said during the season. So I like the move. Why not? I mean, you know what I'm saying? Like it does help to have a decent hitters, around Aaron Judge. But to me, I'm always about the pitching. And this year, man, the Yankees just played bad defense. Defensive baseball as far as errors are concerned. Just making mental mistakes in the field. So they got to get better at that, But what's your thoughts about them re-signing Grisham here?
Good value piece. I mean, I don't have an issue with it either. So he fits in, and he wasn't trashed. So and you always need the depth piece anyway. One way or another, whether he's a starter and pushes someone else to the bench, or he's coming off of the bench. So I'm fine with it.
And there was another. Damn, what was that? I hate when I lose my articles. Cause they were rumored targeting a pitcher, the New York Yankees, and it was a big time rumor.
I thought it was Skeen, but then what you call
it was no, it's not Skeen, it's somebody else. It's I can't find it right now. So they do have Bellinger as a free agent. Wasn't Paul Skeens. All right. Well, I guess if I find it, I'll give it to you guys. But Knicks 49-47 right now, up over the Mavericks. Almost at halftime here, 44 seconds left in the second. Knicks trying to get off the snide on the road. Ooh, and one. Yeah, Mavericks can take the lead with a free throw. So that is your Knicks update now. With the Mets here,
New York Yankees, New York Mets.
So the Mets are rumored and with Mike Trout. As they look for a bat to go in with Pete Alonso and Juan Soto. Mike Trout, of course, could be the answer. He would make a superstar outfit with Juan Soto. And as he gets older, he can transition to DH. Of course, that would be a big move and a big time money move. But Trout's still getting it done. Slash 232, 359, 439, and 797 with 14 doubles, 26 home runs, and 64 RBIs and 130 games played. Would you go after Trout? if you're the Mets?
Of course, you go after Trout. Of course, you do. I mean, well, first of all, it depends on,
bro. Like, yeah, like,
no,
how
it's
much
not
you
even
gonna
about
pay these
that.
dudes,
You got an
bro?
owner that will pay. So let's be real. That's not the issue with the Mets. The issue is going to be his injury history. So, but if you're the Mets, that would be dangerous.
Mm-hmm. Yeah,
Can't lie
man.
about that, but
What you think, man? That would be that's dicey, man. And he old too. Mike Trout is an older player.
you're going to have to give up a lot though to get him.
Mm-hmm.
You really are.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
So, but if you can, of course you do it. First of all, he is an East Coast guy, even though he is from South Jersey, and he grew up a Phillies fan. But you do get him if you can. So, and is he open to leaving Los Angeles? Because how many times has he turned down other offers? So,
yeah.
But I get it. If you can, if you're the Mets, if you can, yes, you do take a shot and go and try and get him. And the Mets will pay. Come on, bro. You know that. They have the owner who's not afraid to pay, to spend money.
Mm-hmm.
So
there it is. I found the article for the Yankees. It's this guy right here. Tariq Skubal. So Tariq Skubal, the Tigers left-hander, one of the popular names being tossed at last week's GM meetings in Vegas. He won his second straight American League Cy Young Award. Tigers face a dilemma. Skubal is set to be a free agent after 2026 and has not shown interest in signing a long-term contract extension before then. So, do the Tigers trade Skubal now? Guarantee they don't watch him walk without getting any trade compensation. Said the Tigers will listen to offers. And if they get that overwhelming offer, which they will, they'll have no choice but to trade him. So this is what the Athletics' Jim Bowden is reporting. Of course, the major players: Yankees, Blue Jays, Red Sox, Giants, and the Dodgers. Freaking Dodgers. God, I'm so sick of them. I'm so sick of them. But yeah, man, if the Yankees can get this guy, the Yankees gotta have one of the top pitching in the league because their hitting is so erratic now. It's not consistent. It's like home run or bust. So when they get in funks hitting, they're gonna need their pitchers to keep them in games, and they gotta fix that bullpen. But it starts with the starters. Garrett Cole was hurt last year, but you get this guy, you got him. And Freed, and then they in talks for a I think they're the favorites for this Japanese pitcher too. So if you get them four, we cooking.
Exactly.
We cooking. We get them top four pitchers right there. This guy, Skubal, and the guy from Japan,
yeah,
and then Cole, and then you get Freed back, and then you throw Rodon in as a fifth starter. Good money. What you say, Pat? We good money, right? We good money. So, that's the baseball report for y'all, man. And as far as hockey's concerned, we can go into the hockey standings here.
Yeah, I just did that on Saturday.
Let me get the So, Devils are up there, man. Jersey Devils right now, 27 points.
They dropped.
13-5. Let's see. No games tonight. For the locals. So, everybody off tonight, but you got the Islanders 20 points.
What was that? They're fifth. Yeah, the fifth.
Yeah, and then 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. Down here's the Rangers. This Rangers team starting to piss me off too. These New York teams, man, they stink. They stink. Sitting down there in 12. Come on, man. Come on, man. Y'all gotta do better than this. All right, man. Oh shit, I need to put. All right, so I'm giving you a list here, Pat. In the private chat. If you can get images for it, cool. If not, don't worry about it. We'll just talk for this culture segment. So we're gonna get into culture here. And because these hockey teams are losers, these football teams are losers, and the basketball teams are too. Loserville City. What you think though, Coach, man? Why is it so much losing in New York? Is it the media?
No, it's not just that. I mean, some of it is the pressure. It's a multitude of things. Do media and fans play a role? Yes, they do. Yes, they do. I'm not going to sit here and say they don't. Some of it is some organizations, their ownership. Some of it is a little bit of luck, or good luck or bad luck. I mean, I am going to include that in there too. It's just the way it rolls. Some of it is the talent, whether it's you're developing a talent or they just don't have the talent. I can't speak to hockey, so I mean, I'm not proficient there. So,
hockey's the same, just like the rest of them.
I'm just saying I can't speak to the talent there and so on and so forth. So, that's, I mean, right now it's just the luck of it. I mean, I think it's happened to every major market one way or another. I mean, there was a point in time Los Angeles was the same way. I mean, it's just we've had our ups and now we're in the downs. And
it's been
one thing you will never get in sports is where it's like this consistently for a long period of time for a city. I'm talking about a city. I'm not talking about one particular team. So you're always going to have the ups and downs. That's just what it is. And it's now we hate it because it's been a while for us, especially when you look at the football aspect of it. Giants last since 2012, 2013, if you want to say the truth. And the Jets 2010. Wait, when did they go to the AFC
playoffs? That was 09
with Rex. I'm talking about with Rex Ryan. Yeah, it was 09, 010.
Yeah.
So we're starved.
That's the last time they was in the playoffs, wasn't it?
See, that's the thing though. When you don't have it as a fan base, you get starved. and you just want to get satisfied. Once you get that one
2011. That was the last playoff game.
Think about me as a Liberty fan when they finally won that championship. Now it's just
yeah.
So, I mean, that's really what it boils down to. I mean, you know, we're fans. We're fickle. Let's be brutally honest. We are. We're fickle. You know, I mean, and that's just the reality of it. We don't have anything, and we invest our emotions. Yeah, some of us are investing our personal hard-earned money. So you just want to see a return on your investment. That's really what it boils down to. So, damn.
Yeah. Yeah, that was damn that. Ooh wee, that's yeah, that's the last time they was in the playoffs. Oh my god. Jeez. Well, Knicks up 52-50 at half. And we about to get into culture. At least New York got culture. They don't got good sports teams, that's for sure. Suck. Let's hit it. Let's get in the culture. Let me take this off the screen. All right. We're going to do this week, man. We're going to do top male artists from groups. Yeah, top male groups from New York, Jersey. Now, I had to put a different spin on this one because my brother, he more of soul, love you.
No, it was more.
You know what I'm saying?
Vocalist,
smooth.
It's not just smooth. Think about what I got in there.
I was in the hip hop era, rap, hard rap, whatever you want to call it. So put a different spin on this one. And there's some honorable mentions in there too. Man, come on, man. It's New York, man. We love music. So that being said, man, let's get into our culture segment here, man. Let's do this, man. Let's knock this one out. Finish strong. All right, man. Let's do this, man. Let's get into our top 5 male groups or men groups, whatever, from your era, my era, your man's era, your mom's era. No, let me stop. But I'm gonna let you get it in, coach. You know, you have this excellent, well put together list of groups, man, from New York, Jersey area. I'm gonna let you kick it off, man.
All right.
Showing what it's about, bro. Showing what it's about, bro.
Now, my groupings are diverse. Now, I didn't include hip hop because I was just mainly focusing on vocalists, you know, people who could sing, that type of artistry. So, keep in mind, and it has a wide range. So, you know, it's not what some of you may think. So, but with that being said, yo, Pat, kick it to number 5.
Kick it.
Number 5.
Number 5 is a group called Living Color. I mean, they were formed in 1984 while I was in high school, man. So, 4-band group. I mean, they, you know, took music that was heavy metal, because I am a metalhead. I have always been. You know, they incorporated, you know, some jazz aspect of it, P-Funk. You know, if you really are into P-Funk, you know what I'm talking about. Punk, alternative rock with a little sprinkle of hip-hop, you know, rap infusion into, you know, their type of style. You know, some of the awards they, you know, won MTV award, Grammy award. And one of the most popular songs that they were known for is Cult of Personality. Google it, look at it if you know, are into, you know, rock, metal, and it's an all black grouping too. So as a kid, that's one of the things that drew me in. You know, I'm like, oh, they're all black as a group. So yeah. Okay. So, all right. So, moving on to number 4.
Number 4.
Before I let you go, and No Diggity, No Doubt. I mean, you know,
that's the shit here right there.
if you know Blackstreet, you know, you know. So, and you know, they were just that group at that time, especially with No Diggity. You know, No Diggity was even ranked number 91 in Rolling Stones and MVT at a time. So, in 96, on the Billboard Top 100, it even hit number 1. So it was that type of feel for it. I mean, they won Grammy Awards, and I mean, Teddy Riley. I mean, come on, he was a master, you know, in terms of that. And I mean, you even had one of my favorite singing artists, Dave Hollister, who was a part of the group. So, you know Dave Hollister, you know that brother can sing. So, Blackstreet, you know, and they also collectively, so they had New York City, as well as some of their members were from Paterson, New Jersey. So they incorporated both aspects of it. So there you have it. Number 4, Blackstreet. Let's move on to number 3.
Number 3.
Man, I'm taking it way back, man. Really, when I was young, from Jersey City, New Jersey, where they were from. Kool and the Gang. I mean, Jungle Boogie, Ladies Night, Too Hot for Ladies, Joanna, Celebration. They even still play that today. Celebrate good times. Come on. So, I mean,
that's the old jazz right there, boy.
Exactly. Yeah. So, you know, look at the awards list: Grammy, American Music, Music Business, New Jersey Hall of Fame, Soul Train Award, and a Hollywood Walk of Fame. I mean, come on, man. Back in the day, yeah, and TJ, the lead artist. Let's see, he's back in the back right there under the cool with the blue shirt. He was always the lead one, but yeah, he was out there really putting it down for it. So yeah, Kool in the Gang comes in at number 3 for me. So let's move on to number 2.
Number 2.
Another Teddy Riley group. Come on, man. Guy?
Yeah.
Come on. Teddy Riley, Aaron Holmes, Crazy Legs, Damon Hall. Man, come on, man. I mean, songs like I Like, Let's Chill, Groovy, Teddy's Jam, Spend the Night. I mean, they was even in the movies, man. Don't forget. They was in New Jack City. Most people don't realize that. You know, their soundtrack was in New Jack City. I mean, they was a Soul Train Award nomination. They did get that. I do think they got jacked because they should have won some awards. But they was it. I mean, and they always had the swag, the look. I mean, look at the high top. Come on, man. Come on. They had everything back in the day. And Aaron, yo, man, you talking about a dude that can sing? I mean, he had the strong vocals, had a great range. I mean, has. I mean, that brother can really throw down. Even when he went solo with his own, I mean, I was like, yo, this is a brother that really, I'm like, man, he should be considered. And I think he's always been one of the underrated. But, you know, Teddy Riley did his thing with Guy when they first came out. So there you have it at number 2. So moving on to number 1, and a surprise, I know.
Number 1.
There you have it. What? Coach, what are you talking about? Kiss. Now this is from when I was really young, you know, and I was really into metal then. You know, I was in Catholic school, so and plus with Kiss with all the painting faces, man, back in the day. I mean, what more can I say about the group? I mean, Paul Stanley, you know, playing the guitar. Gene Simmons, that's the one always sticking out his tongue, playing the bass. Ace has the star on his face. Lead vocalist Peter Criss, that's the one. I even for Halloween dressed up as Peter Criss with the cat face on. Yeah. So, and I mean,
that mask. I know what you're talking about. Yeah.
So, and they're always considered one of the best-selling bands with 30 gold albums, 14 platinum albums, 3 multi-platinum, a Rock and Roll Hall of Fame, 3rd best rock and roll metal bands of all time. I mean, some of their songs, I Was Made for Loving You, Detroit Rock, man, I love Detroit Rock City, Rock and Roll All Night, Heaven's on Fire, Calling Doctor. I mean, man, I can just go on and on and on. So yeah, I'm showing you my true colors, man, when it comes to male vocalists. Yeah, I mean, Kiss was it. I mean, and here's the thing too, it was these really big platforms, shoes. So I was just like, whoa, I mean, they really got in diamond stuff, everything. And it was just, they were it for me. Yeah, so there you have it. Those are it. Living Color, Blackstreet, Kool in the Gang, Guy, and Kiss. So there you have it. That's my list. Love it or leave it. I don't care. I love it. So
it is very diverse. I will say that. There's one group that see, I'm gonna do hip hop, but there's one group in the vocal R&B sector that I could add to that list. And
I do have an honorable mention, but go ahead, give it to me.
Okay, give me your honorable mention first. Before
I only did this because, you know, rest in peace to my boy, the Elias. Now that's a little house with Follow Me. Follow me.
Okay.
So I mean, because I was also a big house head back in the days. I was on that club scene, you know, hitting the different club scenes, whether it was Zanzibar in Jersey, the Palladium Underground. I mean, you know, there was that time. So that's also my honorable mention. But go ahead, give me what you got.
Honorable mention. So I would go. Oh, hold on. I had to. You remember Soul for Real? Candy Rain?
Yeah.
Those guys. Yeah.
They were cool.
Yeah. So for real. There they go. Can't play the video, but Candy Rain. That's the.
That's a good one.
Candy Rain. All right. So, getting into my list. Look, we're gonna do top 5. There you go. Number 5. Hit him with number 5.
Number 5.
Number 5 is Mobb Deep, bro. Mobb Deep, man. Prodigy Havoc. You know what I'm saying? R.I.P. Prodigy, man. But bro, Mobb Deep was hard gangster back in the day, bro. You know what I'm saying? Man, you know what I'm saying? Shook Ones, Quiet Storm. You know, Hell on Earth. Woo! You see what I'm saying? Like We, The Infamy. Like these albums, man, was bumping in my Walkman. That's how I go back. Yeah, I'm showing my age a little bit, whatever. I don't give a damn. They was bumping in my Walkman. Why you think I like these type of headphones? It's going, who's getting it in, bro? It's the real hip hop. It's like, bro, Mobb Deep, man, legendary from Queens. You know, Queensbridge. All right. Number 4, gonna go back a little bit further.
Number 4.
Run DMC. Yeah. I knew that was gonna hit you, coach. Run DMC, man. Hey, bro. You know what I'm saying? It's like that. Walk This Way. Like it's you got a lot of hits with Run DMC, but that era, man, you kind of felt like that era was their era, you know, as far as a group, a trio, because look at the code. You see what I'm saying? Look at how they dressed, how they was some bros. Like it was a culture movement. Like this Run DMC is culture, New York culture. Like when you talk about artists and as far as being some of the pioneers of hip-hop, you always go back to Run DMC. You always hear those names: Run DMC, Heavy D, you know what I'm saying? Cool G Rap. Yeah, we're gonna get into it. You know what I'm saying? KRS-One. You know what I'm saying? Rod Kemp. You always hear those names as being the pioneer. Big Daddy Kane. You always hear those names as being the pioneers of rap, man. Run DMC is definitely one of those, man. Shout out to them brothers, man. Yeah, man. This is what I'm talking about, man. Number 3, again, another one of my man, yo.
Number 3.
This is what I mean by groups that I listen to. You know what I'm saying? You see what I'm saying? Like, hey. From when you talk about just the New York, that vibe that I came through, this era, Tribe Called Quest, come on, man. Come on, man. You know what I'm saying? Another legendary group. You know what I'm saying? Called it 90s backpack rap. You see what I'm saying? Because you had your backpack and your Walkman when you was listening to this shit. I'm trying to tell y'all, get y'all the vibe. You know what I'm saying? All these people on this list. This is my era music right here. To the fucking core. You know, I wish we could hit some songs for y'all, man, but hey, one day we shall be free. But yeah, man. Tribe Called Quest, man. Gotta love it, man. Q-Tip, Phife Dawg. All right, man. Y'all ready for number 2, man? We going up to the big dogs.
Number 2.
They could have been number 1. They could have been number 1, but you probably know who number 1 is only because of the immensity of what they did, man. But to me, as far as just music, this is the best fucking group right here. Blocks. See what I'm saying? Like just when you just breaking down bars, it's these guys. We already know what Jada do, but what you don't know is that Sheik Luch spit off the dome. He don't write shit down. You know what I'm saying? I mean, Styles P and Sheik is a poet. He a poet. Yo, these guys, man, I'm telling you, from Yonkers, definitely, man. Like I said, could have been number 1. Hey yo, and Jada, man, top 5. You got top 5 artists in your group. It elevates you, you know. But Styles and Sheiks ain't no slouch. Don't get it twisted. I fucking love Styles, but yeah. Another headset nigga. But all right. Number 1.
Number 1.
If you know music, damn hip hop, music, worldwide, you know about Wu-Tang, and Wu-Tang is from New York, all parts of New York, Staten Island, some of them from Brooklyn, some of them from Queens, you know what I'm saying? So they from everywhere in New York. And look, man, legendary group. Legendary. That's what I'm saying. These guys were worldwide, you know. So, and that's the only reason they get the nod over the lot. Because like I said, if you just put music against music, it's a hard argument there. I'm gonna have to go with Sheik, Styles, and all them. You know what I'm saying? But it's a group, you know, because you made it specific. This is group, about the group. Ain't no I and team. You know what I'm saying? Jada Kiss. You know what I'm saying? So as a group, they get the nod. You know what I'm saying? As a group, they get the nod, man. Shout out to the group. You know what I'm saying? I've met a few of those cats, man. You know what I'm saying? Deep-minded brothers. You know what I'm saying? Culture brothers. When you talk about culture, you talking about Wu-Tang. You know what I'm saying? They definitely help put a lot of things out there, man. You know, when it comes to knowledge about knowledge of self. So, yeah, man, that's my list. Like I said, It ain't the, you know what I'm saying, variety like Coach had, but it's what speaks to me and speaks to my era, which is the hip hop era, the greatest era ever in hip hop. Y'all new niggas get out. Shit, that shit is not fucking. But anyway.
R.I.P. ODB. Man,
definitely, man. ODB was trying to tell y'all something too. If you was listening to him before he asked, you know what I'm saying? Trying to give y'all that knowledge of who y'all really are, where y'all really come from. But anyway, what you think, Coach, man?
Excellent list, man. Yo, you know, I love the locks, especially Jada. I can't lie. You know, Mobb Deep, man. Oh my gosh, man. I mean, man, ain't no thing. Ain't no thing as halfway crooks. I mean, come on, man. I mean, look, I'll throw you something. De La Soul.
De La Soul was an audible mention. Yeah. De La Soul. You can go League put in the chat MOP. MOP was definitely a group underrated.
One old one for you. UTFO crew. I know that's my era. That's old. That rocks with Run DMC back in the 80s, but you know, the Doc, Kango, I mean, you know, so yeah.
Onyx. Onyx is another one, yup.
Yes. Yeah, Onyx. I mean, there's so many that I mean,
that's my era though, man. That man, that era, man. They've named it backpack rap. That's a good name for it though, man. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like backpack rap, because that's literally what you was doing when you was and you had the tapes in the backpack. You know what I'm saying? But man, greatest era ever of music, in my opinion.
Damn it!
Who you forgetting me?
Forget one of
the
yeah, it's a hip hop group. What you call it? Oh, wait. Forget it. I can't. It's gonna bug me. It's really gonna bug me, man.
All right. We can get into it a little bit later, man. But definitely appreciate this, man. Definitely appreciate this. Hey,
Mr. Weston, yeah.
All
right, let it go, Ed. Let it go.
Coach.
Yeah.
Coach's Corner, man. If you're ready for it.
Yeah, I got it prepped and ready.
Right now, the Knicks have took a 6-point lead with Josh Hart at the line. Hart 9.7 rebounds, 2 assists. I'm gonna try to slide some NBA game calls in here now that he got this back up and running. Can't say it'll be Knicks or Nets, because I'm not paying for Yes Network to get New York shitty basketball out here in Virginia. So it's just gonna be whatever they play on TV. But I'm gonna try to slide some basketball calls in here. We could have called this game actually, but I'd rather do Heart of the City.
Cave got the game on right now. He's calling it.
Cave, that's right. Cave is calling the game. We might not still be on because they right now in the third quarter. But if he's available to give us an update, I'll send Cave the signal so he can stop it. But we may be off by then because we about to get in the Coach's Corner. Yep. I know you got some news on the ladies, as well as these college teams, man. I really want to hear what's going on with Rutgers and Syracuse.
I got something for that. Yeah. So we'll get into that
here right now. Coach's Corner, man. Let's kick it off, man. Let's finish strong.
appreciate everyone. Thank you for being here. I'm going to start out with Coach's Corner. I'm going to starting out with Syracuse. So to get right into it, I'm going to get right through this real as quick as possible. I'm going to start with football, but I'm also going to give you football, basketball, and women's basketball with Syracuse. So starting with the football, they're actually coming off a bye, so it's really not too much to report. I mean, the previous week, they had a big loss to Miami. They lost 38-10. They're now standing at 3-7 overall, 1-6 in the ACC. So it's not looking good for them. Next game coming up is Saturday. They're traveling to South Bend, Indiana, to face number 10 Notre Dame. So there you have it. In basketball news, they just yesterday defeated the Monmouth Hawks 78-74. That moves them to 4-0 on the season. So they're doing okay, starting to work things. Yesterday, they were led in scoring by Donnie Freeman with 18 points. The new phenom freshman Keon Anthony, son of Carmelo Anthony, he contributed 7 points on 2 of 9 shooting. So still filling his game out. Next up, they're actually traveling to Las Vegas to participate in the Players Era Festival. They're going to face Houston on Monday, which is one of the top programs in the country, and then also Kansas on Tuesday. So Monday and Tuesday, they'll have 2 games, and I'll have an update on how they did in those 2 games next week. Now, in women's basketball, the Lady Orange played host to Wagner this past Sunday. Wagner is actually from Staten Island. Now, they did dominate them, coming away with the victory 78-29. When they say BTA, yeah, that was BTA. Now, Layla Filia led the Lady Orange with 15 points, and they also have moved to 4-0 on the season. So now their next game is against Utah. They're playing Friday, and they're going to be in Connecticut. So, I'm looking forward to that. That's going to be a step up in competition. So, in terms of Utah being one of the power conference. So let's see how they do. So with that, I'm going to go ahead and move on to the New Jersey, New York Tri-State Legends. Now with that, I'm going to be talking about Felipe Lopez. For those of you who remember, yes, he was a kid. He moved to New York City at 14, and he was playing basketball at Rice High School. He was one of the highly touted high school players coming out of New York.
Nasty, coach. Nasty, bro. I remember him. He was nasty.
Yes. He was recruited to play for St. John's University right here in New York. During his freshman season, he was averaging 17.8 points, earned all Big East rookie team and 3rd team all Big East. So remember, it's a rookie team and then the all Big East. His senior season, he averaged 17.6, earned all Big East first team, finished his career with 1,927 points for 4th in St. John's history. He was drafted in the first round in 98 by the San Antonio Spurs, but then was traded to the Vancouver Grizzlies. Yes, the Grizzlies were in Vancouver before they ended in Memphis. He played 4 years in the NBA for the Grizzlies, the Washington Wizards, and the Minnesota Timberwolves. But he also moved on to play internationally, so did very well internationally. He won 2 times 3rd team All Big East, the Haggerty Award winner in college, Mr. Basketball USA, Gatorade National Player of the Year, McDonald's All-American, 2-time first team Parade All-American, 2nd team Parade All-American. Now his NBA stats, 5.8 points per game, 2.4 rebounds, and 1 assist per game. So there you have it, one of our legends from right here in New York City. So now I'm going to move on to Princeton and the Princeton Den. Now, getting into that, I'm going to start with the women's field hockey. They actually defeated Syracuse 2-1 on Sunday. With that win, they advanced to the Final Four of field hockey. So they're one of the last 4 standing. They're going to face fellow Ivy Leaguer Harvard for a chance to go on to the championship. Now, the game is going to be played down in Duke University, so hopefully they'll do well, and we'll have a better another update next week. Moving on to football for Princeton. Unfortunately, they've lost their fourth straight in the game in a row to Yale University on Saturday, 13-10. Now, the loss drops them 3-6, 2-4 in Ivy League play. They play their final game of the season Saturday in Philly versus UPenn, University of Pennsylvania. So hopefully they'll at least get that W. In men's basketball, they fell yesterday to Iona College, another New York City team, 89-69, and they're standing at 2-3 on the season. Now, Dalen Davis led the Tigers with 15 points, and tomorrow they're going to be hosting Northeastern down in Princeton. So hopefully they'll be able to even their record. For the women, they lost their first game of the season, 84-68, to the number 4 ranked team in the country, the Maryland Terrapins. This loss was the first one for Princeton, so they stand now at 2-1 on the season. Fadima Tall, she's been named the Ivy League Player of the Week. It's the first time that she's earned the honor. She's been averaging 17 points, 8 rebounds, and 4 steals in her games last week for the Tigers to win the award. Now, their next game is actually tonight. They were hosting Rice, so next week I should have an update. I just don't have it right now. Now I'm going to move on to Rutgers news. Moving on, and we're going to talk about the football. Rutgers actually is coming off a bye. So the previous week they hosted Maryland and came away with the win. Right now on the season, they're standing at 5-5. This week, they have a massive task at hand. They are traveling to Columbus, Ohio to face the number 1 team in the country and the Ohio State Buckeyes. So let's see how they stand. Right now they're not favored, and they're a big major underdog. So Antoine Raymond, running back for Rutgers, he was named one of the 10 finalists for the Doak Walker National Running Back Award. So he's on that list. He's been doing very well, already over 1,000 yards. So going to keep an eye out on that. So we'll see how he goes. Moving on to basketball, the men moved to 4-0 yesterday, beating American University 80-71. Dylan Grant led Rutgers with 22 points on 7 of 12 shooting. So he's starting to round out a little bit. He was one of the highly recruits last year, along with Harper and Bailey. So he's starting to gel, starting to do well in terms of leading. We'll see how it goes. Their next game is Friday against Central Connecticut State in Piscataway at Jersey Mike's. After that, they're traveling also to Las Vegas to play in the Player Era Festival. They're going to be taking on Tennessee on Monday and Notre Dame on Tuesday. So we're going to see how they're doing. In basketball, college basketball, teams are rated through the KenPom. So if you're familiar with it, keep an eye on that. It's not looking good for Rutgers, though, because after each win, they keep dropping. They went from 92 to 95 after yesterday's win. So they're expecting Rutgers to be blowing these teams out, and there's cause for concern. So also in news for the basketball team, they received a national letter of intent from guard Amari Wooten. He's actually the number 9 player from New York. So he's going to be coming in next year in the class of 2026. They also, the men's basketball team, it announced it will recognize its second grouping of the Knights of Honor class when it inducts Scarlet Knights legend Calvin Troy from 1981, Roy Hinton from 83, and John Battle from 1985. The Knights of Honor program celebrates a distinguished class of men's basketball players who represented Rutgers at the highest level, both on and off the court. So there you have it. And in women's news, the Lady Knights moved to 4-1 with a 59-49 win over FEU Teaneck on Sunday. Sakara Perkins led Rutgers with a career-high 17 points. She's a young player. She's a second-year player, and she's developing her game, so I'm going to keep an eye on how she's doing. Their next game, they travel to Alabama to face Auburn on Thursday. So that's it for Rutgers. And I'm going to give you a little tidbit in terms of Coach's Corner. Yesterday, Cave and I did our WNBA show, and I read an article that the league offered the players union a contract where the minimum players are going to be can make $220,000 a year. The average is about $460,000, and the top players can make up to $1.1 million per year. So, and this is in conflict because there are other leagues. There's a new league coming out. Cave and I talked about it yesterday. You have the Unrivaled. Some of the players are also signing with a Project B that will be in Europe and China. You have NECA and Alyssa Thomas who signed. So WNBA had to do something. So, and that directly impacts, of course, our New York Liberty. So there you have it. That's Coach's Corner. Stay tuned for more next week. Back to you, NYG.
All right, man. So we're gonna wrap it up tonight, man. Coach,
You like that Felipe Lopez. I knew you would.
Yo, man, I remember Felipe Lopez, man. Like St. John's, man. You know what I'm saying? That was the team. You know, we watched a lot in New York. You know, the college basketball team. You know, I was a Carolina fan, but you know, also like St. John's too, because they was local, you know, St. John's and Syracuse, man. But St. John's, man, they always had some good players, man. And I remember Felipe Lopez, you know, being one of those stars, man. Now, when he got to the NBA, it ain't really work out for him, but you know what I'm saying? Yo, he was dynamite in college, you know what I'm saying? He was cooking, man, in his early days, but how you feeling about college basketball, man, in the early season with Syracuse and Rutgers, man? Do you think it's too early to tell what?
For Rutgers, I'm concerned. Some of the fan base has projected them to win about 15 games, and I'm going to be honest. From what I've seen, it leaves me wondering if they will be able to. Syracuse, I've been peeking a little bit. I think they're going to be all right. You know, it's just going to take them some time. You know, but I think they'll do well. Of course, in the ACC, I think they'll be a middle of the pack program. So, but they'll be competitive. Rutgers, I mean, every publication I've seen said they're going to be one of the last two teams in the Big Ten. And this next week is going to tell me, I mean, again, you're stepping up in competition. So, but if you've been struggling barely to beat teams like Rider, like American came in at 2-2, and they had just been blown out the previous game. I think they got blown up by like 20 some odd points. And American came out to start the game, and they were about 11 points again on Rutgers in the first half. And they were killing them with those corner threes. And I'm sitting there watching the game. I'm like, you guys can't see what they're doing. And they were all open with those corner threes. And Heiko did his adjustment, but that's a cause for concern. I've been tapped in a little bit to Seton Hall because of Najai Hines, who's from my high school. You know, he's a freshman, big body. They call him in Plainfield, they call him Baby Shaq. You know, because he's big, and you know, I'm not gonna say his game is refined like that, but you know, he makes those thunderous dunks, and I think he's averaging like 7 points a game, and I think he's at 5 or 6 rebounds and about 3 blocks a game. So it just takes time to develop.
Yeah.
And I think he's coming off the bench also. So I'm going to be getting into St. John's a little bit more now. I do think St. John's is going to have a good team, especially competing in the Big East. So it's going to be interesting, especially a lot of the locals in here. So, well, that's. Oh, and the women's basketball for Rutgers, I don't see them doing. I think they're going to be in the bottom third of the league also. So, now, excuse me. I do think things are going to change because of the new AD and the NIL. That's the big thing. If Rutgers can get the money behind them, I think they'll be able to get the recruits. Because we're in the number one media market. One of the things that every coach with Rutgers does do in their recruiting is you have access to New York City with all the business opportunities that are there.
Right there. You know what I'm saying?
So and the one thing that I love about the new AD Kelly Zinn, which is what I've been preaching. She said we're in between two major markets with New York and Philly, that's a great recruiting. First of all, you're getting Philly kids to come up, New York kids to come up and down, as well as Jersey. But now, in terms of business opportunities for life after sports, because that is one thing they do preach. It's life after sports. Things happen, and there are a lot of kids who are gravitating to that. So, but again, you also need the money with the transfer portal, with everything that's going on there. So, she's doing a good job, and right now, supposedly, she has not received any no's from anybody who wants to support. So. It's in the early stages. She's been building an NIL program. I reported that the last time. People who are focused on NIL to help it grow. And just to tell you, this is for all college sports programs. I don't care if it's Seton Hall, St. John's, Monmouth, Syracuse. They need the NIL initiative to compete in whatever sports program that they're in, and they need the people to invest. So if you're a fan of a college program, check out. Even if because some of them even have where you can donate $10 a month. You think about that, because all that goes to the kids. It goes to the kids. It's not like it goes in coaches' pockets to the university. That's strictly for the kids. So, and if you are, a parent, that's what you would want. One of my former players, his son is a freshman starting quarterback at Red Bank Catholic. And right now they're competing in the playoffs. I think they're in the semifinals I think they're in the semifinals in their grouping, and he's leading the way. He's already thrown for over 2,000 yards, already has an offer from Southern Mississippi University. The thing that's hurting him, he's like 5'9-ish, 5'10", but he's a freshman. But he's played at a competitive level, played for the Brick City Lions. But look, I'm
Dylan Gabriel size, huh?
Yeah, but Ramir is going to grow. And when I tell you intellectually, because I know his father, he coached for me, one of the smartest players. Played for me, one of the smartest players ever. And he always said, Pops, you really helped my game grow, because there's things that I taught him in terms of seeing the game, in which he's now. But getting back to the NIL, that's what, fans need to do. If, you got your program, reach out, see whatever they ought to do. If you want to do $10 or $100, whatever, you got the big bucks, that will help, especially in this local market, keep a lot of kids home. Because that's really what I want to see. All the local kids, New York City, playing in the New York area, whether it's St. John's in basketball, Syracuse football, basketball, Rutgers, I don't care. Support their programs, because we are in the biggest market. So to me, thinking, I'm like, if you get the businesses, if we get the fan bases behind, why can we not dominate in recruiting?
And this market, man, you would think, man, especially for basketball, it would be, you will have a floodgate of players. You know, football too, man. But you know, just with New York City alone and the basketball talent it produces, you know what I'm saying? So, but I mean, you know, and Rutgers is closer than Syracuse, so you should be able to
play in a major conference. Think about Big Ten, and that's all football, basketball. They compete. So that's why, to me, it's like, you know, we gotta do what we gotta do to build it up, man, and to support these programs. You know, I mean, even if you're supporting Syracuse, you know, and Coach Fran Brown is doing recruiting Jersey. So, you know, these kids are, you know, they're going away, but they're not too far. You know, because some kids want to do that. So, hey, that's fine. You know, just be here in this market. So, there you have it, bro. And keep an eye out. We're definitely gonna keep an eye out on, you know, because that article that I talked about, the contract was in The Athletic. So I'm gonna see, you know, how much more info I can get on that. So because it was, I read it like 2:00 this morning. So I mean, I was up. So you know, but there you have it.
All right, we're gonna wrap it up, man, for the night. Yeah, man. Good episode, man. And gonna see you on the next one, man. The Knicks right now are in a battle, a dog fight with the Mavericks right now. Mavs up 98-96 in the fourth quarter. But of course, you can check out the cast right here on the Aboriginal Sports Network with Man Cave, the Man Cave podcast, simulcast on his channel as well. So go check that out, man. Go check out the Knicks Mavericks finale. You know, last few minutes of the fourth quarter. D'Angelo Russell, 22 points, 9 out of 14, 4, 7 for 3, and 7 assists. Former net. Yeah.
That's what I'm looking at now. Mavs are shooting like 45. Well, they're both shooting about 45%. Knicks are terrible at the three today, 25%. The Mavs are at 42% so far. Knicks are also bad at free throws, 18 to 29 for 62%.
You can't hit your free throws, man.
I mean,
you need your
the threes and the three throws, you're leading the game. Period. Case closed.
Anytime teams is missing free throws like that, man, they don't deserve to win.
No.
Like, you know what I'm saying?
11 free throws, man.
You should hit at least 70 to 75% on an average. That's bare minimum. You know what I'm saying? In today's NBA, 80%, it should be attainable for anybody. Free throws. I can go to the gym right now, hit 80% free throws. Promise you. Free throws, bro. You're not that far from the basket. Just tap it in. But yeah, we're gonna wrap it up, man. Appreciate y'all, man, for joining us, man, for Part of the City 108 coming back at you next week. All things willing with 109, man. And we're gonna have another coaching segment for y'all, man. We'll try to open things up, put some different segments in here. I'm brainstorming some different ideas. Probably try to get some guests up here, man. I guess people scared to talk, man. People scared to talk to me. Make it right there. But all right, man. You know what to do, man. Pat, take us out, man. We about this joint. Peace.